Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'm happy to have you join us again here on Livingston's Ledger. And I had such an impressive interview with Beverly Lambert from Kimball's farm that I thought would expand the episode to include the ice cream operations and then the arcade. So without hard work and a fantastic team, the legendary Kimball Farms homemade ice cream day after day and year after year would not be possible. It would be impossible to do, I would say, to look at the past, present, and future of this phenomenal team. And one of the leaders here is Jill. And I wanted to ask you, you're the director of ice cream operations?
Yes.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. So let me just introduce it to you. And my first question is, how long have you worked here at Kimball's? And I think there's a little story behind what brought you here. Did you work at a computer at Dell?
No.
Oh.
I started here when I was 14 years old. I've been here for 28 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. And you were going to stay here the whole 28 when you started, right?
No. I think the story behind it, though, is that I actually went to school for teaching.
Okay.
So I was gonna, when I graduated, I was thinking about just staying here for a couple years, but that was when the owners, Michael and Peter Kimball, had approached me and asked if I wanted to come on full time. And here we are.
It's a wonderful thing when you love what you're doing.
Yes.
And you love to come into work.
It's
do. Really not like you're working at all.
Yeah.
We both have a teaching background, and everything can be a teachable moment. What's your favorite part of the job, and what teachable moments do you have to share?
It's honestly teaching life skills.
Yeah.
I think that's probably my most favorite part. I mean, it's just even to the point, like first thing in the morning when you're teaching the boys how to sweep a floor. Some of them have held a broom in their hand before.
Right.
So, showing them how to actually use a push broom. We don't pull, we push.
Right.
So that's, a lot of fun. And I honestly kind of find, like even the making area, you almost feel like sometimes you're a scientist, and like,
right.
And the biggest thing in the making area too, sometimes mistakes happen and these kids, they get upset and they're like, are they going to get in trouble? No, it's a learning moment and we're going to go over it, we're going to fix it. And they're like, how do you know this? And I'm like, because the mistake happened before.
Experience is
Yes,
always a
yeah.
good teacher, right? So let's see, in the 50s, fascination was with pineapple ice cream, and it was fueled by the returning World War II soldiers. Their exposure in Hawaii and the Polynesian areas brought pineapple back to here. Where did the ice cream fruit ingredients come from? Where do you?
Most of them are local, or within the United States. I think one of the biggest ones that I always love to talk about are the strawberries.
Okay.
A lot of people, the strawberries, are grown, all over the United States, and these strawberries are what we use in our ice cream, obviously. And most of them will get them from Southern California or Mexico. We actually get them from the Northwest of the United States.
Isn't that wonderful?
Yeah.
You're keeping it right in
Yeah.
And it's usually the homegrown.
Yes, it is. Yeah, the farm is a family-run farm out in the Northwest of the United States.
Wonderful.
And then, we have a company that goes out there and takes a tractor trailer out there, gets a whole trailer full of strawberry pails, and then keeps them for us, and then we use them throughout the year.
I love it. That's wonderful. How many gallons of ice cream do you make each day during your peak periods in the season?
We average between 600 and 700 gallons a day.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, that's an awful lot. Which flavor is your most challenging to make?
I
just finished coming up with a lot of new ideas.
I just finished it. Yeah, so is peach. Peach is the most challenging.
Yeah.
So for many years, we used to actually have a peach base that we could get from a company that made it, but they discontinued it. So the owner, Peter Kimball, and myself kind of had to put our heads together and try to figure out, okay, what are we going to do? So it's very challenging. It actually takes 2 days to prep. And it takes 100 pounds of peaches to make one batch.
Wow.
And that batch only lasts 3 days.
And you're not peeling the peaches?
No,
they're
coming in. They're fresh frozen.
Yeah, right.
So you got to thaw them out. We then pour sugar on them, let them ferment overnight.
Right.
And then you got to get all the juice out of them, because if you don't want too much juice, because then it's going to get icy.
Yeah.
So it's a process.
Wow.
But it's definitely the most challenging flavor to make.
What flavor do you sell the most of?
Vanilla.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people are surprised by that.
Yeah.
But it's in our sundaes. Banana splits, Kimball specials.
Yeah.
It's our #1 seller. We actually make vanilla ice cream every day.
So what seasonal flavors do you have, like going on
so
right now?
throughout the season, I've kind of have now made, like, when you start from the beginning, like rum raisin is now a seasonal flavor. I'll usually do that Memorial Day weekend and then the end of August. And then 4th of July, we do a berry spangled cheesecake, which is a cheesecake base with a strawberry swirl and a blueberry swirl through it. So it kind of has, you know, the 4th of July kind of theme to it.
Yeah.
And then our biggest one is the fall flavors, which I will be starting next week, pumpkin and ginger snap molasses.
I was just going to mention that about the pumpkin. In my research, I noticed pumpkin has become a favorite.
Yes.
And so you're going to keep that going.
Well, it's a featured
seasonal,
flavor. Yeah, it's seasonal. But and I love to do it like starting at the second week of August, because it's honestly, like with social media now, it just gets all out there and everyone's like, you know, fall has arrived when when Kimball Farm has their pumpkin and ginger snap molasses.
Yeah.
So it's exciting. I mean, I enjoy making those flavors because people are just, you know, they're like warm feel. Flavors.
It's funny because I was in theater, and one of the stage performers that I was with, it was like everything was pumpkin. And it was like all of a sudden when we were doing rehearsals and stuff, she'd be showing up with a pumpkin latte, a pumpkin coffee, and then pumpkin cereal. And I'm like, and now when I was reading about the pumpkin ice cream here, I found it really interesting that it's become so popular.
Yeah, and believe it or not, the ginger snap molasses is actually more popular than the pumpkin.
I
was just telling the owner that the other day, and he was like, really? And I was like, and I think it's because people like nowadays, they like love stuff in their ice cream. It's like when we're creating new flavors, you can't just put one thing in there, you have to put something else in it. Like we make a s'mores now, that's it used to be a feature flavor, now it's permanent. And that's got like a graham cracker swirl through it with chocolate chips. And then like vanilla blueberry crumble, that was started out as a featured flavor, and now that's a permanent flavor. And that's got oatmeal cinnamon crumble pieces in it, and then it's got a blueberry swirl. So it's like people like want that like certain types of textures in their mouth.
Right.
You know, so it's just, and of course though, it's a little more in the making area. So of course the makers are like, chill, another flavor.
What are you doing to me?
But I'm like, just think about all the people you're making so happy.
What is the strangest request you have ever got for a new flavor?
I've had quite a few. Lobster ice cream, maple bacon ice cream, clam chowder. Like, you know, people going off these spin-offs of like, you know, the New England like theme.
And you would try it?
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not. Okay.
And you want to know why? Honestly, I think of the Kimball family, and I think for what the Kimball family taught me over the years, and is that they're very traditional. Everything is simple. Like, you know, that's just like less is more. You know, so it's just like I'm not going to go off the beaten path. Like, you know, I want to keep a tradition, and it's like when we create new flavors, or if the title of the flavors is simple: coconut almond chip, vanilla blueberry crumble. So it's almost like what's in the flavor is in the title of the ice cream or the name of the ice cream. And it's just something I've learned from the Kimballs.
I think you should write a song using all those different titles. Let's see. Classic American dessert originated in 1904 was the banana split. It was created by a 23-year-old boy from Lathrop, Pennsylvania. I don't know if you're aware of that. He crafted it as a more elaborate Sunday service in a special called the Banana Boat dish, and the 121st National Banana Split Day will be this August 25th. What are some of the ice cream trends you're really excited about?
I would say novelties. Like, so I actually started this last year. We're doing ice cream tacos.
Oh, wow.
And we kind of went off of why I started them was because, you know, your ice cream truck, they have the Choco Tacos.
Yep.
They discontinued them, and I was really upset about it. So I was like, maybe I can make some ice cream tacos. So I presented it to Pete, and he goes, sure, if you want. So now they're like a pretty big seller. And then it works with our, we have an Outback Snack Shack out by the batting cages, and they changed the theme for their food this year, and now it's actual tacos. So now the dessert is ice cream tacos, and then we have tacos that we serve here in Westford. And then like my management team, they're making tacos right now. They love it because I just let them. They can use whatever ingredients they want. You know, so the chocolate dips. Sometimes they put little mini M&Ms on them. Last week they did a peanut butter and jelly themed one, so it was like strawberry filled with like a peanut butter drizzle. So they have a lot of fun with it.
I love it. I love it. It's interesting because my son was originally scheduled to get married in during COVID. And they had to cancel the wedding. It was going to be up in Sebago Lake, and the original wedding arrangement was all set up at a farm. The barn was for the reception, but there were going to be all food trucks and dessert trucks out back, and they had to cancel it all and wait a year, so they ended up just being married in the barn. So when you mentioned the food truck. I'm like, wow, that's
yeah.
great.
I mean, that's another huge thing too in like the ice cream industry are ice cream trucks. Like, you know, and like corporations, people want like that cute little ice cream truck coming to, you know, to their event or to their business and or office or whatnot. Is it something that, you know, I've thought about? You know, it'd be great, but I mean, there's so much more.
Yes, you have a lot. Maybe the next classic dessert will be a vegetarian or veggie ice cream. What was it like developing Kimball's new veggie ice cream, and what inspired you?
Oh, the vegan ice cream?
Yeah. To go and do it.
Honestly, the customers, you know, and it was like, and it took me a long time to find the base. It was about 4 years that I was searching and researching different types of bases because I didn't want anything because as most people know, some of the, if you get a store-bought like vegan ice cream, it sometimes comes out icy or crumbly. So I actually was working with one of my sales reps, and he was like, all right, Jill, I have something for you, but if you don't like it, I won't charge you. And I was like, all right. And so I remember pouring it into the vat, and it was so thick, and I'm like, this is not going to go through the machine. Oh, what am I doing? And it actually like, worked itself out, and then I called up my rep, and I go, this is phenomenal. I want more. And he goes, awesome. And then from then on, he used that base now that he sells is now he says, oh, Kimball Farm uses it, you know, so like it's a good, so
beautiful.
It's kind of like, you know, shaking hands, being like,
exactly,
you know, like he helped me out, I'm helping him out.
Right.
But yeah, so it was.
And that's what work at, you know, I was talking to Beverly Lambert from Kimball's earlier, and that's what we had, work ethic is one thing, and this way here, you give and take, he shared with you, you shared with him, and it makes for a great, you know, that kindness will go a long way, give you, you know, dividends.
Yeah, and then it was like the other part though is, as most people know, with a vegan base, you're either using coconut milk, almond milk, or soy. And so it's just sometimes it's very, you know, you're trying to hide that flavor, and then also you're trying to try to like steer away from allergens and such.
Right.
So this is actually a coconut milk base. So of course I'm always trying to like mask that coconut flavor.
Yes.
So of
it can
course,
be powerful.
yes. The secret is like actually putting it like doing a fruit flavor, because then you can kind of cover and mask that coconut a little bit. But I don't know.
And I bet strawberry is one of the fruits you use.
Yeah, I use that and black raspberry. Right now we currently actually have coconut almond chips, so I actually have a coconut base milk, like vegan with the coconut base. But I tried it when I make the vegan. I actually try to stay away from all allergens to really like try to accommodate for you know everyone. But I did make this coconut almond chips, and yeah, you have the nut aspect of it, but I have to say it's like one of the most popular. That a lot of feedback from that one. That is a lot of fan favorites.
Wow, that's wonderful.
Yeah.
What's next at Kimball's Ice Cream Farm? Kimball's Ice Cream Farm for you?
Like for me personally, or for Kimball Farm as a business?
For you and the business. What do you think? How do you think things are going to go forward?
I mean, I think it's just going to continue. Hopefully, be you know as phenomenal as it is. I mean, I love what I do. You know, that making area is my baby.
Wow. I want to thank you, Jill, for taking this time to give me the ice cream operations end of it. I've truly enjoyed my time here, and I'd like to go a little bit further in this episode on the expansion that they went to put together the arcade and all the rides and having corporate functions, and it's just grown so wonderfully. And so I think the people here in Westford and throughout New England would love to see it. It's a great destiny. A day trip for your family, come on down. You cannot go away unhappy. Let me take this time to say thank you to Jill Curran, the Director of Ice Cream Operations here at Kimball Farms, for her time and interest on giving us all the background education about what it is to run the ice cream parlor. And also I'd like to thank WestfordCAT, my staff, the production crew, for all their wonderful work that they've done to make this a success. And you, the public that watches Livingston's Ledger, please liking and sharing going forward, because you're the ones that have built Livingston's Ledger over the years. Again, many thanks. Have a good day.